Guys, hello everyone! Vladislav Zksync is in touch as always. Today in the first part of the video there will be recommendations on altcoins. We will also discuss two hype projects, Zksync and LayerZero. In the second part of the video we will share our thoughts on the market as a whole and also talk about a new trend – tap games or shit games. Video will be interesting, positive, useful. Right now put a fat, big, huge like in advance and we will start. Okay guys, the first coin is the Tears of Drop Hunters, Zksync. In simple words, this is an L2 solution for the scalability of Ethereum using ZK rollups technology. Unlike optimistic rollups, it is believed that this is a more advanced technology, but it is more difficult for developers to apply. In general, it is still being finalized. $458 million of investments among top funds, such as A16Z, Bybit, OKX, Dragonfly, and so on. In general, a whole subset. And of course, the biggest hype among the drop hunters who did all these activities. Well, they were waiting for $1 million to be poured into them. In general, they were preparing rubber bands for money. Our team in turn did the same thing, but as a result, on June 11, the admins published a checker, where accordingly it was possible to check whether you received a drop. According to statistics, out of 6 million wallets, only 700,000 have passed, and there is even an investigation that just 0 wallets that did not perform any activities received tens of thousands of coins. Well, ordinary users who have been doing all this for a year received 917 coins, but someone did not receive anything at all. And the equivalent of these 917 coins, so that you understand, the minimum drop on the listing was about $240, but today it's about $140. In general, a lot even compared to Starknet, which had it about 1,500–2,000 to their accounts. Of course, such a drop caused a huge wave of hate, but as they say, admins don't care about it. As they say, thank you all, everyone is free. The main pie is ours, but the crumbs in random order are yours. Well, if you look from the investment side at this time, then in principle everything looks pretty good, because the main issue of the coin sat down with the admins, because they laundered almost all these coins to their wallets through this drop. Respectively, there is no loads, and in my opinion you can take, and as they say, I entered, and if of course the market allows, and we will see the price even lower, respectively, I plan to buy. I think from the dollar and above we can see Zksync for every coin. So, the second disappointment of drop hunters is LayerZero. In simple words, this is a cross-chain protocol for the effective interaction of various blockchains. $263 million of investments from such top funds as A16Z, Sequoia, Binance, OKX, and so on. In general, another subset of top. Next, of course, there is a huge hype among drop hunters who perform these activities and waited for this project to be poured into them. Well, it turned out how it turned out. 20% of the wallets approximately received a drop. In our case, all the wallets passed, 100 out of 100, and as they say, it was kind of time to open the champagne, but it was not there. The minimum drop amount is 25 coins, which was about $100 at the listing price. Yes, of course, there are accounts that have received 100 coins, but again, this is very small. For example, in Starknet, the minimum allocation was 500 coins, which at the exchange rate was approximately $1,700 or $2,000. Here it's just as they say, crumbs from the table. Well, despite the fact that there are people who did these actions at all and didn't even get this. Well, today the minimum allocation costs about $70. If you look from the drop hunters, of course, the project causes only negative feelings. But from the investor side, it can be assumed that most of the coins are in the pockets of the admins, and just the same in principle this indicates that the project is attractive to buy and hold. I personally have invested my coin, I plan to buy more in case of a deeper correction. Well, the last coin for today is Wormhole, the same technology as LayerZero, a cross-chain protocol for the interaction of various blockchains. This coin was released earlier, it was at certain levels, now it has adjusted by about 5x. I bought it. Let's see in turn which of the LayerZero or Wormhole projects will perform better at the upcoming bull run. To summarize, nowadays drops are no longer the same. The two most hype and anticipated projects, LayerZero and Zksync, just shaved their community. Those people who performed all these crypto activities, tested networks, popularized these projects, they were simply given crumbs from the table, and internet administrators left the main issue of coins in their pocket. To put it mildly, an ugly act. By the way, I requested more information from my team about how much time and money we spent on each account, and received the following information. We spent about $120 on the Zksync account and about 10 hours of time, about $80 on the LayerZero account and also about 10 hours of time. Because the first instructions are done for a long time, then there is a correspondingly short time needed to maintain all this activity. But at the distance of the years, we get these numbers. And now just imagine, it doesn't matter if a person has farms there, a lot of accounts, or someone there did one account, performed all these activities, just either didn't get anything, well, or got some kind of penny drop that didn't even pay off. In fact, it was invested, because all this was done then, when Ethereum was still 2 times cheaper than it is now. Let's hope that the next drops will be more interesting. In this case, we'll just fix the experience and move on. But again, if you look from the investment side, these projects are certainly interesting, because the admins have all the coins. I think nothing prevents them from pumping their shit coins. Moving on to the second part of the video, and so Bitcoin fluttered a little and then altcoins fell down. Some updated their lows, in some our profit decreased, somewhere there were 10x's, it became 5x's, but if you look at the distance, I think similar prices that we see now will seem like a fairy tale to us. Yes, of course, there is a possibility that Bitcoin will go to $50,000. Altcoins may cost even lower, but again, I don't see any point now in leaving these or other coins to rebuy cheaper, because at some point you can just stay out of position, as they say, not hit that rocket. Next, just imagine what a huge layer of the audience has now come through all these tap games, which we probably all hate. I mean, you have to suffer, and then right? It's just hundreds of millions of people. Some of these people, when that very cherished bull run begins, when everything will fly, rush, of course, they will buy various altcoins and will thereby create liquidity in the market for the manipulator. And our task, when we see highs, this very euphoria in the market, not to forget to fix the profits. Okay, friends, give me feedback in the comments. Do you like this video in general, and was it useful? Write what you think about the coins that I voiced. Zksync, LayerZero, Wormhole. These are promising altcoins. We need to wait for access, well, or stinky shit. Also share your thoughts about Bitcoin. Do we need to wait to the moon or to the bottom? It's interesting to read your opinion. If you liked the video, if it was useful to you, put a huge like, subscription bell. There are links to my Telegram channel in the description. You must be there. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, hug you, good luck, and bye.